Welcome, everyone, to our discussion on food and health. How what we eat and how we think about our diet can shape our entire well-being.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really fascinating how our everyday choices with food can actually have deep, lasting effects on our health, right?
Exactly. You see, every region, as we've noticed, has its own flavors and specialties, which, make our plates so diverse and
hmm
rich. But sometimes that delicious diversity can turn into a problem when our body fails to digest properly or when we combine these foods the wrong way.
Right. So it's like our taste buds are being tantalized while our insides are getting, confused by the overload.
Yeah. And that's when diet motivation kicks in. It becomes more than just enjoying food. It becomes about truly understanding what fuels our health.
Yep.
It's like being your own doctor, ensuring you know what your body really needs.
Interesting point. So you're saying it's not that you have to be a certified doctor, but it's about learning to care for your health and understanding the impact of your diet, right?
Exactly. It's about, taking control. And it's not about a complete overhaul overnight. Even dedicating, say, 5 minutes a day to discover more about the food you eat can really set you on the right path.
Yeah,
That's a key step.
I love that idea. Just 5 minutes a day. It's not overwhelming, which makes it accessible for everyone, regardless of how busy life gets.
Precisely. By starting small, you, gradually build up a clear list of what food items, or even ingredients, you're consuming most frequently. Then, you might ask, where did this potato come from? Who grew the wheat? It suddenly becomes a journey of discovery. It's like a mini adventure every time you sit down for a
hmm
meal.
Absolutely. And when you actually dig into the origins of your food, you quickly learn which items are beneficial and which might be causing harm to your health.
Right. And this is super critical because sometimes we think we're fine while ignoring those early signs that something isn't right. It's not that immediate. And, as we get older, our body may hide those issues until they become serious, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a real wake-up call. It definitely is. There's this old Hindi saying, Jaisa khai ann vaisa rahe man, which really nails it. What we eat shapes not just our body but our soul, and even the water we drink affects our words and outlook.
Exactly. This saying, along with another one, Jeeb ko bhai, pet ko na bhai, reminds us that often what tastes amazing might not always be good for our stomach. And conversely, food that's healthy might not always satisfy
Yeah.
our sweet cravings. It's like a daily balancing act.
While I totally get that balancing, don't you think sometimes this can be a bit too idealistic? I mean, making decisions purely on health might sometimes make you miss out on enjoying the moment, no?
That's a fair critique. I mean, sure, if you focus solely on the health metrics, you might miss those small indulgences. But think of it this way. A slight adjustment now can prevent severe, long-term health issues. It's about, like, investing in your future self. And
Yep.
isn't your future self worth a little sacrifice today?
Yeah, I see your point. It's like deciding between a quick short-term pleasure versus long-term well-being. It might be a tougher choice, but the benefits are priceless later.
Absolutely. And, it's interesting how both rich and poor can experience this. Diet motivation doesn't discriminate by financial status. Control over what you eat and making healthy choices are available to everyone.
Right.
It's not about spending a fortune on fancy foods. It's about being mindful.
Exactly. And it's refreshing to know that even if you're on a tight budget, you can enjoy a healthy lifestyle by simply being selective and knowledgeable about your ingredients.
That's so true. And, the entire journey kind of starts with self-education. It might sound daunting initially, but really, you don't have to quit your job or spend years researching. Just reallocating a few minutes from, scrolling on social media can do that trick. Every little bit counts.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Every minute invested in understanding your diet is a minute invested in better health. And with the global abundance of recipes and diverse food cultures, being curious about where your food originates is part of that adventure.
Right, and it's, kind of like diving into a traditional cooking show with an educational twist. You learn about food sourcing, preparation methods, and ultimately about what your body truly needs. It truly is an
Yeah.
eye-opener.
Speaking of which, one of the points I found really compelling was the idea that when we choose improperly combined foods or eat at wrong intervals, our health can silently deteriorate without any immediate symptoms, only to strike back later.
Yes, exactly. It's like, you can hide certain problems early on, but they eventually catch up with you. Often when you're least expecting it, like lying in a hospital bed. That's the scary part.
And that future scenario is exactly why resetting your priorities now, making health your primary goal, is so essential. It's all about prevention over cure.
Right. Making your well-being number one means you're treating your body as a lifelong project. It's a bit like gardening, you know? You water the seeds now so that one day, when the blossoms come, you enjoy the fruits
Yeah.
without regret. That's a great analogy.
Definitely is. But then here's a question. Do you think that being too strict with our diets might eventually lead to, a sense of deprivation?
That's an interesting challenge. I mean, there's a risk for sure, but the idea here isn't about giving up all pleasures. It's about making informed choices. Instead of wallowing in guilt after each indulgence, we learn to balance. Exactly. It's all about moderation.
Right. So balance is key. And once you empower yourself with knowledge about each food, you can tailor your diet from a place of strength rather than restriction.
Exactly. And it's like, when you understand things like where your wheat comes from and how your food is processed, you start to see the bigger picture of health. It's not just about calories, but about nutrition, origin, even the process of digestion. It's immensely enlightening.
And it reinforces another powerful session. Your body deserves respect and smart choices, regardless of your age, financial status, or social standing.
For sure. The point is to develop a mindset. When you have diet motivation, you're not just eating. You're, connecting deeply with your own health and making each bite count. Like you mentioned,
Right.
becoming a sort of self-doctor in everyday life.
And isn't that fascinating? The idea that you can slowly yet powerfully change your life by, say, taking 5 extra minutes every day to really think about what you're consuming and its effects on your body.
Absolutely. It might sound trivial at first, but those small moments of reflection build up over time and can make a world of difference in preventing diseases and improving the quality of life.
Yeah, truly amazing. Then there's the social commentary, too. How many rich folks end up with health problems because they've lost sight of this basic self-care, while some with modest means manage to be very disciplined about their diet and enjoy long, healthy lives?
True, it's a bit ironic. Often fast-paced lives and, the rush towards success can blind us to our core need for healthy living, irrespective of how much money we have.
Exactly. And that brings us to yet another crucial point, the idea that health is not a luxury. It's a right and a duty.
Right, because nobody really escapes the eventualities of health issues. Whether rich or poor, our bodies ultimately demand the right food combinations, with the right timing and in the right quantities. That universal
Yeah.
truth is hard to ignore.
So the takeaway is clear. By gaining knowledge about what we eat, understanding its origin, and modifying our eating habits, we can greatly enhance our well-being and avoid those serious pitfalls later in life.
Exactly. It's about becoming curious, starting with just a few minutes a day, and gradually, like embracing what we might call diet motivation. It fuels both our body and our soul. Such an inspiring approach.
And that wraps up our conversation today, reminding us that healthy eating is not just about satisfying our taste, but also about ensuring that our future is as bright and vibrant as our present desires.
Absolutely. So, whether you're rethinking your next meal or taking that little extra moment to learn about your food, remember, it's a journey towards lasting health. Thanks for this engaging discussion.